Whoa! Crazy lightning over Florida this weekend. This video posted to Twitter yesterday. Just some amazing, ominous stuff there. Well, you know, this weekend, more than a dozen people were injured by lightning. In Fort Morgan, Alabama, 8 people were playing beach volleyball when a lightning bolt hit the beach. A 12-year-old girl was taken to the hospital. 7 others were treated at the scene. And then on Saturday evening in west central Louisiana, lightning hit a tree, injuring 6 people there. They were treated for stomach pains and headaches. All right, let's take a look at some of the lightning statistics we've seen so far this year. So far, in 2015, 16 people have been killed by lightning. 2 in Iowa, 2 in Alabama, 2 in Virginia, and 3 there in Florida. But you know, July is a big lightning fatality month. A lot of folks are outdoors, a lot of folks are out on the beaches, and of course, in the summertime, we have a lot of thunderstorms firing up too. So it begins to climb as we get into April, May, and June, and then July. That, on average, from 2006 to 2013, is when we have seen the most lightning fatalities. That's the month, and then it begins to taper off as people get back indoors a little bit more. So, when thunder roars go indoors, even though, you know, it's pretty to watch, lightning's pretty to watch, and also, you don't want to be inconvenienced by getting inside when a thunderstorm passes through, but that's exactly what you need to do so you won't become one of these July statistics. All right, let's get more on where the severe weather is, the lightning threat, the flash flooding threat as we get through the evening. Mike Bettis, you've been paying close attention to the radar.
There are a couple spots out there, Nick, and you just got to be smart this evening on what you're doing, especially with the flooding, and especially at nighttime it becomes really, really dangerous. You can never really tell how deep that water is as you approach on the roadway. So as Nick was alluding to, turn around, don't drown. We say it all the time. Storms have been blowing up across the middle of the country. You can see them here, especially now, most prevalent, I'd say, Oklahoma. That's where we have some of the strongest storms right now. Although we've had a big blow-up of storms across the west as well, and we oftentimes have big issues across the west with storms, and even they don't have to produce a lot of rain, a little bit of rain can cause some big flood issues in Vegas. We have some issues with some flooding there, although our flash flood warning has now expired. But the bigger issue now is this big cold front driven storm line here from around Grand Rapids all the way back toward maybe Clovis, New Mexico, into western Texas, over into extreme western Oklahoma. We have some heavy rain here, and this is an area that's ripe for flooding. We've had a lot of rain this spring. More heavy rains falling for us now. Flash flood warning here around Elk City. This includes Custer and Washita County. It goes until midnight tonight. Heavier rain now farther south around Carnegie, coming very, very close to Oklahoma City now and Stillwater. A little bit by the way of an outflow boundary right in there, so you would anticipate some higher wind gusts to be coming into town, and you're probably feeling that right now. Stillwater, the heaviest rain is beyond us at this point. Everything is south of you. Over towards, say, Independence, in toward Joplin, Missouri. Heavy rain is on top of you right now. Shouldn't last all that long. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of ponding in some low-lying areas, but I don't think the flood threat is overwhelming there like it was earlier. There's a look at the Quad Cities area where we've had some flooding in around Davenport, Chicago. 2 lines of storms will come through for us. We've already had the first line. You get a little bit of a break, then another line will come in right behind that. And over around, say, Muskegon and Grand Rapids, some heavier storms and a lot of lightning for you, by the way, at Muskegon. So inside is the best place to be. Tomorrow, by the way, the threat does return. Now includes Paducah, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Syracuse. All those areas could see hail and high winds. And then Wednesday, D.C., the capital's included, and farther south into a place like Nashville, extending all the way back across similar areas that are getting it today, Nick. So Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and Amarillo. 2 days from now, here we go again. Hail, wind, and high rainfall rates as well.
Here we go again. You said it. More flash flooding possibilities. All right, we'll talk more about whether storms are going to fire up. Stay with us.
Ooh, I think I saw dessert.
But you just had a big lunch.
Wasn't that big.
Steve. Hey, come back here. Steven, stay strong.
What's that? You want me to eat you?
Honey, he didn't say that.
He did. Very quietly. You can't hear from back there.
Don't fight your instincts. With each for 150 calories or less, try our chocolatey brownies, tangy lemon bars, and new creamy cheesecakes. Fiber One. Go on, have one.
I can't find my Discover card. Wait, I can freeze my account.
Introducing Freeze It from Discover. It allows you to prevent new purchases on your account in seconds if your card is misplaced.
Not here.
And once you find your card, you can switch it right on again.
Hey, you're back.
Freeze it, only from Discover. Get it at discover.com.
A little prep goes a long way with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape. The one with 3M adhesive technology for less paint bleed-through and amazing results so you can forget about the redo. Pull off a better paint job with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape.
Leave early. Go roam. Sleep in. Sleep out. Stargaze. Dream big. Wander more. Care less. Beat sunrise. Chase sunset. Do it all on us. Get your first month's payment plus 5 years wear and tear coverage. Make the most of summer with Volvo.
Introducing Starbucks Small Batch Cold Brew Coffee. In stores now.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
Who's that?
So weird, right? My agent Tom said.
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
Did you know only 1% of supplements have earned the USP mark, an independent certification for quality and purity? I recommend Nature Made because they've earned the most of any brand.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended letter vitamin brand.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time.
Let's get this thing right.
New episodes of Fat Guys in the Woods, Sundays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, showers and thunder showers likely. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, morning thunderstorms. High 86. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday night, a few clouds overnight. Low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And then it hit. And you took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
And then they all told us to go to the back of the store, sit back there. There's another lady that said she was sitting in her car and like her windows shattered. You can smell it by the doors, and that's why they blocked off these doors because of the window breaking, and then the gas leak, they said they could smell everything, so they wanted everybody to evacuate. So.
Yeah, a tough night in Kansas City. 30 minutes past the hour now. Welcome back to our special coverage of the severe weather and flood threat impacting the center of the country. I'm meteorologist Nick Walker. Storm specialist Mike Bettis will be with me tonight, bringing you the very latest on where the radar is lighting up right now and where we can expect to see the worst of the weather. Dangerous driving conditions in Kansas City today. This is video posted to Instagram of a flooded section of I-70, which is one of the major interstates connecting the city. Bad news, rains in the forecast. Yeah, again, conditions set to improve, though, as we head into your tomorrow. But look toward the west, where Las Vegas, Nevada, getting heavy rain and gusty winds as evening turns to nighttime there. This video from rush hour. Pretty clear why the area remained under a flash flood warning for much of the evening. While rain continues through the night, by Tuesday you'll be back to the usual hot and dry conditions. The high tomorrow, about 102. All right, so we've got severe weather possibilities still with us, although it's really becoming a flash flood threat over much of the country. We have those flash flood watches all the way from New Mexico into the Texas Panhandle, where we had heavy rain earlier. More rain coming into Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, still under the flash flood watches throughout much of the evening. So let's bring in storm specialist Mike Bettis to track what's going on the radar right now and who is still vulnerable tonight. Mike?
Well, I don't think we're going to get a lot, if any, more severe thunderstorm warnings. As you mentioned, it's kind of going over to a flash flood event for us now. The thunderstorm tops are coming down. We're not meeting that criteria for wind or hail right now, but these storms are really pumping out the moisture, and so a lot of rain is going to fall for us, and flooding will be an ongoing problem for us, we think, for the remainder of the evening. Within those watches that Nick was alluding to, we have multiple warnings. You can see how the storms are really slicing right through the middle of the country, right along a cold front here. Amarillo, Lubbock, Guthrie, Childress, Elk City, all lighting up this evening. We'll probably get a second round here, Lubbock and Amarillo, right along I-27 and I-40. But this is an area over around Elk City, say Childress, near Wichita Falls and Lawton, where we've had a lot of heavy rain so far this spring and early summer, and we're going to get it again. Here's Custer and Washita, right between Elk City and Weatherford along I-40. Flash flood warning for us. The heaviest rain is out of that warning area, but our warning goes until midnight tonight local time. Carnegie, where we have some of the heavier rain. North side of Oklahoma City, we have some of that heavier rain as well. And it looks like we're going to end up getting maybe some gusty winds with an outflow right in there, coming right through Oklahoma City. So if you're down there in Bricktown or you step out the door, you're going to notice that. By the way, we thought this could potentially happen. Some heavier rain in and around Joplin, where the storm hasn't moved all that much in southwest Missouri. So Cherokee, Crawford, and Jasper counties right now under a flash flood warning. That goes until 4 o'clock, so we've got a long way to go before that threat subsides. That storm should slowly progress its way east and south, and I think maybe by the time you head out tomorrow morning, you'll be in better shape. Showers force around the Quad Cities through northern Illinois, through Peoria and Chicago. 2 rounds of storms force in Chicago. One that's already come through caused a delay at the Cubs game. Another one that'll be just back to your west. Now, there's a look, by the way, outside of Wrigley Field. We're still waiting this one out. I'm not sure we're going to get this one in. I mean, listen, we're bottom of the 8th. We only got to get in, another inning and a half here, and we'll be in good shape. But there's a brief window of opportunity until that next squall line comes through. So if the ground crew can get out there, get the game playable, and then get everyone in, if they don't have a gangbusters of an inning, we'll be in good shape. Cardinals, by the way, up 2-0. So I'm sure the Cubs would like to get this one in, and they can't play tomorrow. They get a doubleheader already scheduled. All right, Muskegon over toward Grand Rapids, some heavier rain here, and we've had a lot of lightning around Muskegon. So inside is where you need to be tonight in Muskegon, Michigan. All right, here's a look at the high-resolution future radar. These storms in the upper Midwest, we think, hold together for a couple more hours. Then they begin to gradually fade, but still rainy tomorrow morning around Chicago, especially probably Gary toward maybe Detroit, and then right down through Indiana will be a soaker for you, and into Paducah. Farther south, these storms again should begin to wane a little bit. Some of the heavier rain will stick around for a bit in Missouri. Then tomorrow morning, notice we've got showers around, especially the Ozarks here around lunchtime tomorrow, and heavy rain setting up for us from Tulsa back through Lawton, Wichita Falls, and back toward Guthrie. This is an area that needs no more rain. We've had some pretty epic flooding so far this year. We don't want to see a repeat of that, Nick. So, but it's in the forecast and something we're following very closely.
Yeah, folks out on the road tomorrow really need to be aware of that potential. Thanks so much, Mike. Let's take a live look right now at Oklahoma City, where that rain is right on your doorstep. Yeah, it's coming in tonight. It's going to be heavy for a little while, and several inches of rain expected even this week. So let's talk about some of these areas, not only Oklahoma City, but other areas that might get substantial flooding. There's the radar with the rain coming in right now. Already a flash flood warning back toward Elk City right there on Interstate 40. Look how much rain we've had so far this year. 40 inches or more here around portions of Oklahoma, down into Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and widespread areas northward and eastward where we've had 24 to 30 inches. That just exceeds average by as much as 20 inches of rain for the yearly total so far. Amazing. And that's why we have the flash flood threat. The ground's already saturated, the streams are already high, just can't take anymore, but there is significant moisture in the atmosphere to fire up these thunderstorms, or at least to get the rain coming out of these thunderstorms. Could be torrential here, all the way from the Texas Panhandle into the Ohio Valley as the storm system makes its way right along that stationary boundary. So your forecast calling for more rain, severe weather off toward the east, but the rain and some of these thunderstorms could put down, an inch or two in a short amount of time, and that would cause the streams to come out of the banks for sure, out over the roadways, ponding of water over roadways, underpasses, particularly vulnerable here as we head through your Wednesday hour. So we'll be watching areas around Oklahoma for 3 to 5 inches, maybe as much as 5 to 8 inches in the orange colors there. Widespread rainfall here around the Central Plains into the Mississippi River Valley. Tulsa, you're one of those places that Tuesday and Wednesday could just continue to get more rainfall. Maybe 1/3 of an inch by tomorrow morning here, and then upwards to about 1/2 inch by Wednesday morning. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, probably at least 1 inch of rain could fall there. So let's talk about another area that could get rain, and that is Indianapolis. Yeah, it could be moving toward you here as we get through the night and into tomorrow, an increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms for you as well. The next 7 days has more storms in the forecast. Let's show you some of these areas that will get them and the resulting temperatures too. Look at this. As the storms move eastward, cooler air infiltrating Chicago, only 66 degrees for a high tomorrow, though we'll be in the 90s there around Dallas. The severe weather around Cleveland, around Cincinnati, back towards southern portions of Illinois. Then on Wednesday, watch the rain still linger here around the plains, but more across the Ohio Valley and in portions of the Northeast. Temperatures back down in the 80s tomorrow around Seattle, but into the 90s once again by the time we get into midweek. And it looks like Thursday we'll probably see it stay there for a couple of days. More rain across the plains. Areas that don't really need more rain, getting some of that. We'll continue to see more of that on Friday, move eastward here. So it looks like, say, from Des Moines over towards Chicago, back down into Washington, D.C., some more wet weather. Notice the temperatures here on Friday, 79 in Seattle. That's a little bit more like what summer should be here. But then we're back to the 80s by the time we get into Saturday. But notice the heat continuing to build here across the south. 90s from Atlanta back toward Dallas. 100 the expected high temperature in Dallas on Sunday. We will hit 106 there in Phoenix. Monday, the heat building even more. 108 in Phoenix, 103 there in Dallas. We'll still be in the 90s there around Atlanta, and back to the 80s once again around the Seattle area, still above your average. Rain and flooding causing growing concerns for farmers in western Wisconsin. Ahead, why too much rain could really devastate one very valuable crop. We'll take you there coming up after the break.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, showers and thunder showers likely. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, morning thunderstorms. High 86. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday night, a few clouds overnight. Low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!
I take these out to put in Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They help reduce wear and tear on my legs because they have triple zone protection and reduce shock by 40%. So I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.
It's ice cream cone day. Everybody gets half off ice cream cones at Sonic.
Everybody except for Bobby Gamboa.
Is it because he stole your girlfriend in second grade?
Not just that.
What is it?
It's lactose intolerant.
Celebrate Ice Cream Cone Day with half-price cones Thursday, July 9th. This is how you Sonic.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it, but the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for all this when you're really only covered for this.
Hot dog?
Or how you may think you're covered for this, but not for this.
Oh, no, whoa.
For this, or that. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
Buick.
I'm outside. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the Buick.
I don't see a Buick.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just might surprise you.
That's not a Buick. That's what I told him.
Wow. This is
nice. Oh, my.
Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $22.50 purchase bonus cash on the specially equipped 2015 Enclave.
It seems there's a different treatment for every itch. But thanks to the magic of Blue Emu Anti-Itch, you can clean out your cabinet. Blue Emu Anti-Itch Cream is your new all-in-one solution. It has the strongest form of hydrocortisone available without a prescription. And only Blue Emu Anti-Itch contains Quart Emu Complex, made with soothing aloe, vitamin E, and penetrating emu oil. The name you've trusted for over 10 years is now the answer for every itch. New Blue Emu with hydrocortisone. One cream, every itch.
I called for help as soon as I saw her.
I found her wandering miles from home.
When the phone rang at 5 a.m., I knew it was about Mom.
I see how hard it's been on her at work, and I want to help.
For the 5 million Americans living with Alzheimer's and the millions more who feel its effects, let's walk together to make an even bigger impact and end Alzheimer's for good. Find a walk near you at alz.org/walk.
At Pep Boys, we've got the largest selection of name brand tires, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, and more, all with the Pep Boys lowest price guarantee. Plus, get no interest if paid in full within 6 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
We fight a war against spiders, roaches, and every foul pest that haunts your home. And we won't stop until we've killed every last one, until you're certain they're gone for good. Our arsenal is a formidable one. An army of 8,000 professionals, 85 years of experience, and the strongest guarantee in the business. It's not exactly a fair fight. Not here. Not now. Not in my house. Terminix.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
New information right now on the partial collapse of ice caves near Granite Falls, Washington. The local sheriff's office confirming there were injuries as a result of that collapse. A Seattle hospital's trauma center has been put on alert to expect one person with injuries. We now know the U.S. Forest Service warned hikers in May that the area was unusually dangerous this year as a result of unseasonably warm temperatures. Back in 2010, reports are an 11-year-old girl was killed at these caves by the falling ice. It continues to be a very dangerous area there, and they urge people not to go inside. This video taken, by the way, over the weekend of a collapse. This is, and then the other collapse today is the one that injured the people. All right. That video, just amazing. They're showing how vulnerable those ice caves are with temperatures that have climbed unseasonably warm, 15, 20 degrees above average. Well, elsewhere, farmers are on edge in western Wisconsin tonight. They worry more rain could devastate this year's corn crops. Lou Raguse from our affiliate KARE explains why.
There are times the sound of rain is music to a farmer's ears. But when the sound doesn't stop, a farmer can get real nervous.
We knew it was rain coming, but I didn't expect this.
Kurt Aftal farms a lot of land northeast of River Falls.
We got some really nice looking cornfields here, corn, soybeans.
His rain gauge read 6.2 inches this morning, but the wheelbarrow read they got dumped on.
Yeah, I was surprised. The wheelbarrow was empty last night, and it's not a very scientific rain gauge, but it's overflowing right now. It's full.
When he saw the water pooling at the base of his corn stalks, that's when Kurt started to get worried.
It's too excessive. Yeah, we did need an inch of rain yesterday, but 7 inches of rain means a lot of our nutrients are getting pushed too deep. The roots are not going to find it.
Even worse, if that water doesn't drain in a hurry, it drowns the crops. Ag experts say the process starts in as little as 6 hours.
Well, the crops are really good in this area, but if the water sits too long, it's just going to be too much for it.
24 to 36 hours, they're definitely gone.
The story's even sadder when you consider farmers are hoping for a bumper crop to make the most out of low grain prices.
We had a great thing going for us, and it was almost too good to be true. I mean, we had beautiful crops, beautiful weather, and now this happens.
The rolling hills of western Wisconsin usually help heavy rain drain. The water has to go somewhere, and today the creeks that usually take the water have overflown their banks, in this case, cutting its own path right through Kurt's field.
It's going to be tough to recover from that one.
For now, all he can do is wait for the water to drain and hope it doesn't take its time.
And this is your livelihood, and you wake up to this kind of mess, it's tough.
All right, we've had lots of severe weather and lots of video from that severe weather coming into us, so let's get right to everybody's favorite thing, tonight's top 5 videos. We start in the Sunshine State with some not so sunny weather. Number 5 was posted to Twitter by Patrick Hilton. Amazing lightning bolt caught on camera. Wow. This was recorded yesterday. The severe storms in the Gulf Coast and the southeast over the weekend were responsible for more than a dozen people being injured by lightning bolts, just like that one. Wow. Well, number 4, oops, takes us to Ecuador. Pope Francis arrives in Quito and then gets blown away. Yeah, fun fact, Pope Francis is the first pope to visit Ecuador since John Paul II in 1985. The wind has no respect for anybody, does it? Well, number 3, we stay international and we go to China. Roads just washed out due to severe flooding. Several people in this trapped and needed to be rescued, including a few tourists. And you can see why. Just devastating flooding there in China. Well, number 2, come back to the U.S. now. Great video posted to our Facebook from South Carolina over the weekend. This is the Isle of Palms. Beautiful spot, but people trying to gather up their umbrellas and their beach chairs, anything that could blow away. Look at that ominous sky there. Not everyone managed to gather up their stuff, though, as beach chairs just tumbled end over end down the beach in all that wind. Just amazing stuff. Hey, that's some pretty good video. All strong contenders for tonight's number 1 video, but no, they missed the mark. We will show you who claimed the top spot when we return. Much more on the severe flood threat straight ahead as well, and we'll have some activity to talk about in the tropics.
You know, Viagra helps guys with erectile dysfunction get and keep an erection. Talk to your doctor about Viagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra.
When you have a situation like the fires in Russia of 2010, the Russian government says we're banning all wheat exports. That then ripples out into the economic system. Remember, this is around the time of the Arab Spring. When the demonstrators were on Tahrir Square, one of their first demands was food. You get this cascading effect where a fire in Russia can create political dissent in Egypt.
The Weather Channel presents 25 Unexpected Voices. Hear their stories at climate25.com.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, showers and thundershowers likely. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, morning thunderstorms. High 86. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday night, a few clouds overnight. Low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The beast was as long as the boat. For 7 hours we did battle, until I said, "You will not beat me!"
Greg, what should I do with your fish?
Gary,
just put it in the cooler.
if you're a fisherman, you tell tales. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Put the fish in the cooler! Hey, I'm Ty Pennington. You know, buying a home is exciting. Getting a home loan? Not so much. What do you hate about getting a mortgage?
The paperwork.
All the paperwork.
I had to fax a stack. It was like this big. I hate faxing things. I don't even own a fax machine.
Long phone calls.
Talking to X and Y and Z.
There has to be a better way to get a loan. Well, now there is. Guaranteed Rate has just introduced the world's first digital mortgage. With Guaranteed Rate's digital mortgage, you can choose your own loan type and rate. Order your appraisal. Get your free credit scores. Digitally sign and securely upload your loan documents. Get a real loan approval and save money. And you can do it all online, anytime, anywhere. What are you waiting for? Save time and money right now with the world's first digital mortgage, only from Guaranteed Rate. Call 1-844-GR-LOANS or visit grloans.com today.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay? I'm calling for help right now.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-691-6449. That's 1-800-691-6449. Call now, 1-800-691-6449. For a free brochure, call 1-800-691-6449.
And then it hit. And you took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
All right, time for the #1 video. We got a great lightning show over Cinderella's castle. This was recorded on Friday night at Walt Disney World. Just some amazing lightning. Let's see it again. Look how it just spider veins out all over the place. Wow. You know, they have fireworks every night there at the Magic Kingdom, but this is better than any fireworks show I've ever seen there. Amazing stuff. All right, let's get the severe weather update right now. We've had severe weather. It's turning more into a flash flood threat. Still a lot of heavy rain out there and maybe some water on roadways, Mike.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the threat for the remainder of the evening, maybe even tomorrow morning when folks are headed out to work or maybe summer school. Unfortunately, some of us have been there before. Let's talk about what's going on. Right through the middle of the country, we've got this powerful cold front. It's almost a springtime cold front, if you will. Chillier air in behind. We're talking 60s, but mid-80s on the front side, and warm and humid. You can see the showers have lined up here from Michigan all the way back through New Mexico. And we've had some pop-up storms here across the west that have caused us some issues with some flooding. Most of the flood reports are out here to the west. We've had flooding. We've had a few issues with some wind here in the middle of the country. Also, we've had a smattering of tornado reports as well. About 8 tornadoes reported across the country today. Here's a look at Texas. We'll take you into there and show you there's some heavier rain around Guthrie, Lubbock, Childress, toward Elk City. This flash flood warning is ongoing here for Custer and Washita counties. This goes until midnight tonight, so over toward Weatherford and Elk City along I-40. If you can delay any travels along this interstate for the time being, that'd be a good thing. Carnegie, by the way, we've had some very heavy rain that just sat right on top of us. plus, so I wouldn't be surprised if more flash flood warnings are issued across Oklahoma. Rain coming into Oklahoma City Metro as we speak. Little outflow boundary right to the south here, and so we've had some gusty winds that have come right through town. It's now on the south side of town, and some heavier rain around southwest Missouri and then extreme eastern Oklahoma. So Cherokee, Crawford, Jasper counties all under flash flood warnings. That's Joplin, Missouri, right along I-44. You could have some problems, especially right now just north of I-44. Peoria, Illinois, up towards Chicago. There's the rain that's coming in. The Cubs have already had one rain delay. They're back playing right now, but the window is short. I only give them maybe another half an hour before the next rain band comes in, so they better hurry up with this ninth inning if they want to complete the game. There we go. Top of the ninth, Cards still at bat and up 2-0. Not a lot of fans still remain. They either went back in or they went home, but everyone was kind of out here just hanging out on the sidewalk. The temperature dropped about 10 degrees from first pitch to after the rain that came in. Muskegon, Michigan, then across the lake over into Grand Rapids. Some storms for you tonight, some embedded lightning, so maybe you're hearing the rumbles of thunder as you go to bed this evening. Chicago down toward, say, Springfield and Joplin. You'll have the showers and storms this evening. Storms do begin to wane a bit by tomorrow morning. We still have some rain out there. Shouldn't be a big threat for severe weather, but maybe some isolated pockets of some flooding. Farther south, these storms hold together for a little bit longer. The intense rain now becomes concentrated here along the Red River Valley, Oklahoma City, and over toward Tulsa, Lawton, down toward Wichita Falls and Guthrie. So, Nick, that threat will continue, we think, through the night and may go for a couple of days here this week, especially there in the southern plains.
All right, a lot of areas to watch. Thanks so much, Mike. We're also watching the tropics, and across the globe, the people of Taiwan are bracing for landfall as Typhoon Linfa is moving toward the eastern shore. Right now, rain, resulting floods, causing concern because those conditions quickly turn deadly in both urban and rural areas. Forecasts are that the typhoon will hit Taiwan's populated Pingtung County by Thursday. The storm's moving somewhere between 3 and 6 miles per hour. All right, let's talk a little bit closer to home and some tropical activity in the Pacific that we want to mention. Invest 96E is what this is called here. This is an area of low pressure that has 35-mile-per-hour winds in the center, central pressure 1,005 millibars. The National Hurricane Center says this has a 90% chance of reaching tropical storm or hurricane strength, and it is moving westward. There's Hawaii out there, and it could come pretty close here in the days to come. Let me show you. You see all this thunderstorm activity, the convection beginning to bubble up here, indicating that there is some strengthening going on. And of course, the National Hurricane Center thinking it will strengthen, or at least has a very good chance of this. Here's what the models are saying. The forecast models, a little consistent right off the bat, but then they begin to vary a little bit once we get closer to Hawaii. Some of the models, many of them, move it very, very close to the Hawaiian Islands. Some of it bring it well toward the north, but we got to keep a close eye on that, as well as another typhoon out here in the Pacific, Chan Hum. It moved over Guam, should strengthen before it makes landfall in China here in the days to come. We have one more thing to tell you about. Keep it right here.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, showers and thunder showers likely. Low 68. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, morning thunderstorms. High 86. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday night, a few clouds overnight. Low 69. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
One more thing to talk about, and that is the severe weather that we've seen. Look at the thunderstorm just bubble up here on the enhanced satellite as we headed through the evening hours here across Kansas, Oklahoma, on into portions of Missouri, back into Texas. They've been producing abundant rainfall. We had 8 reports of tornadoes as well, many of those around the Kansas City area, and 50 reports of damaging wind. We still have some flooding ongoing out here around the Quad Cities and thunderstorms making their way towards Chicago as well. There's going to be heavy rainfall moving through Illinois, moving through areas of Oklahoma. Oklahoma City beginning to feel its effects now. Flash flood warnings off toward your west. Watch out, there could be ponding of water on the roadways. We've also been watching Las Vegas. The only report we had of large hail today was actually in Vegas, and now a flash flood threat around the area for portions of Clark and San Bernardino counties. Turn around, don't drown.
No weather force on Earth can match the power of tornadoes.